So officially, I just want to welcome everybody to this amazing opportunity, this amazing interview that we're about to embark on with none other than Franscesca Moy, the Meetup Queen. I'm lovingly known as well as the Challenge Queen. So I think it's so funny that we're here having this amazing conversation between a couple of queens. So that's very exciting. And, you know, to be able to bring lots of information to my tribe here in the Fitness Business Club and to be able to add, you know, some value to the things that they're doing. I think there's so many amazing things happening out there in business at the moment, and anything that we're all able to adapt and take on board and soak in and, you know, use for our own tribes in our own businesses is amazing. So again, thank you so much, Franscesca, for being here with us, you know, to be able to speak to us about some of the different things that you do and that you've been able to find have helped you in business. And I know, obviously, you've helped mentor me. And so, you know, there's so much value and things that we can leverage from in what you now teach to help mentor other businesses. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Wow, that's a great introduction. Thank you. Love to be here, and I love to add some value. I just come from a masterclass with tennis coaches. We're just talking about it before.
Yeah.
Got heaps of value, so I'm sure that your you know, business owners watching here, they might be able to do that. So let us know if you're joining in, what do you do, and what's your business, so we can tailor, you know, to you. So Amanda, you and Carla, you're the lucky ones. So go ahead and ask questions.
That's it. You can also raise your hand as well. So I'm just trying to find the little box here for us so you can have a bit of a chat and say hello. And yeah, exactly. You know, if you've got questions, obviously ask. And if you think of anything afterwards as well, you're more than welcome to, you know, write some questions into this post where the video is posted, because we're always happy to come back with, yeah, different answers later on. So Franscesca, just for the purposes of everybody who's popping in as they arrive, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what it is that you do, yeah, your entrepreneurial journey. Yeah, give us a bit of a download.
Yeah, of course. Well, I started my business 4.5 years ago, and I was a life coach. I wanted to get myself adapted as a life coach. We might ask if everyone's just mute.
There we go.
Amazing. You guys are on top of this. Look at this.
I think it was Nicole. She's a troublemaker, so that's fair enough that we could hear her blowing in the wind, possibly.
Hi, Nicole. Good to see you here. So I started my business 4.5 years ago as a life coach, and I just didn't know what I was doing, and I had no idea how to get clients. And then all of a sudden, I decided that I had to step up as a leader and stop being a follower and stop being invisible. And so all of a sudden, I decided to start this meetup group to just help the community, because I genuinely needed help growing my business. And I thought if I start a community of entrepreneurs, I will be able to, you know, get tips from speakers, and, you know, I might be able to help me. And then 3 months later, I was fully booked with one-on-one sessions just by literally running an information night and people listening to what I had to say. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And then I started to get other coaches, other, you know, PTs, other life coaches, other nutritionists, and all that asking me, how do you do it? I really would love that information. And so that's how I started to teach people how to grow their business using Meetup and Facebook. Can you hear me? I just got a message.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good. We can hear you. Okay. We couldn't see you for a second, but we're okay.
Oh, okay. And yeah, so it's incredible how it all exploded from there. And now, you know, we're doing pretty well, running national tours and being around out and about, which is great. And, you know, grew a 7-figure business in literally 3.5 years, which I still can't believe it.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. So then I guess the next question off the back of all of that is, you know, what are some of your best tips? You know, perhaps, you know, if I think about a lot of the people here on the Fitness Business Club, you know, they've kind of, you know, in personal training, we're often just kind of thrown out into the business world. You know, our entire industry is built on sole traders. You know, it's probably about 75% sole traders, you know, 25% people working in gyms and or for other people. And they're very much not taught about business at all. You know, we kind of get our qualifications, you know, step into this industry, and then it's like, oh my goodness, you know, this is crazy. So often personal trainers sort of hit that income ceiling as well, you know, whether it be through their boot camp or through, you know, other means. So what would your top tips be then for potentially that startup phase, or people who have felt like they're hitting that income ceiling, or they're not growing, or they're not getting in front of people? Yeah, what are your top tips?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, we become business owners because of a passion, and then all of a sudden you find yourself doing marketing and sales, and you know, having expertise for everything. And you go, oh my goodness, how do I do it? And I was lucky because I found out very quickly that all I had to do is be myself and show myself to people, and with no mask, with no faking it until I make it, and all of that. And so showing that online and offline, I feel that really is the strategy of going, you know, pushing yourself out there and trying to build relationships for real, like online and offline. And that's why, for me, one of the biggest things is become a leader of a group and provide to my group. Because obviously, imagine you start a group and every now and again you give your own tips, but then you bring experts to help, like, you know, like you're doing right now. This conversation does not only you know, help me obviously to get exposure, but it's helping you because you are actually providing to your tribe, you know, an expert in an area that can actually add value. So
I think as well with that, like on that point, to hijack for a moment, don't mind me, but you know, I often speak to my tribe about branding, and that branding is so much more than the colors in a logo. Like, who cares? Nobody buys the colors in your logo. What they're buying is you as the individual, is you as the person, you know, what you have to offer, your understanding, you know. And I think it's amazing, like you said, to be able to leverage off people who know maybe more than you or different than you and things like that, as well as, you know, for our tribes, let's say, to hear somebody else double downing on something that you've already kind of said, you know, because when we're hearing a similar thing from multiple sources and we're going, okay, it is really important for me to turn up and be me. It is really important that, you know, I'm more of me, not less of me, and not be scared to be me, you know. And I think in the fitness industry, I find that to be so important because our entire industry, again, is built on empaths. You know, we're helpers, we're health people that want to look after others and want, you know, the best for them. And so it's a very feeling kind of industry, you know, and so we have to be ourselves. Like, we can't hide behind something else or something we think we should be, or whatever it is. Definitely. Yeah,
and it's very important to give to your community, to give to other people, because that's how they want to work more with you, because they say, oh wow, every time I'm around you know, anyone, like every time I'm around you, Skye, or someone else, I get valued, so I'm just gonna hang out in that community more often. And obviously, the more people engage and want to be around you, the more chances you have to expose your business. And that's the whole point of, you know, becoming a person of influence and becoming a leader. So that was probably the going back to your question, the number one thing that I suggest to people, like, just stop being a follower and become a leader and start to show people, you know, teach and educate. And we are all here because we want to help, like you said, and if we stay invisible, you cannot help, you cannot impact.
That's it, yeah. And I think as well, like, you know, one saying that I've always enjoyed is like, turn up and be seen. And I think it's a Brene Brown saying from, you know, one of her books or something. And yeah, it's just turn up and be seen, you know, don't hide in the background, don't be scared, you know. Our clients love us for us. We hope, you know, if we're doing a good job and we're adding value and our personalities are gelling, oh, thank God, let's hope so. You know, and we have integrity in what we're doing. And I guess just with that point, before you can give me a couple of more tips I'm dying to find out, you know, some practical ways, I suppose, that trainers can do that, you know, to add value is adding, you know, more information. Don't be afraid to put things out there. Make videos. We forget what people don't know, you know, because we just kind of know it intrinsically, you know, whether it's about exercise or nutrition or life or whatever. And so, you know, talking to our tribes of people, you know, whether they want to lose weight or gain muscle, you know, you can just pick a topic and make a video on it, you know, even just something as simple as that. You know, we forget that that's adding value in itself. So that's just a bit of a practical idea there.
Yeah. So do you want to share something?
Yeah, you've got something else to share. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, sometimes we make it complicated. Sometimes we think that, you know, doing marketing is something that is super complicated and I have to have a plan and I have to have this gigantic thing. You know, all I say is, you know, be consistent in giving value and added value by doing one-on-one sessions, especially PT. They do so many one-on-one sessions, and I know for sure because I've got a PT. That you will ask, the clients will ask you questions. So if clients are asking you questions, those are the questions that all the other people out there that are not your clients yet, they're wondering of the things too. So do I really have to exercise every day or half an hour? Can I do 10 minutes a day? Is it useful to do 10 minutes or I'm just wasting my time? Or
100%.
Do I eat every day? Like, do I have to eat every day? Good. Can I cheat every now and again? Can I really it's true, people really genuinely ask questions like that, right? And so anytime a client asks you a question, write it down and make that a video out of that, make a blog out of that, make a newsletter out of that. So repurpose the content that the client's actually giving you, because that is gold. And I remember when I was started to become fully booked one-on-one, I was getting frustrated of repeating myself. And then I was like, okay, instead of being frustrated, how can I use this usefully? And I thought, actually, these people ask me the same question. It's like the universe yelling out that I need to put this one too many. I need to start to, you know, teach classes and workshops, and then it's the same. So if you're finding yourself repeating yourself, how can you use that information to add more value to people and to your groups?
That's it, because I think it's doing your clients a service as well, you know, by hoarding information or holding back or hiding in the background, you're doing your clients a disservice by not, you know, providing the information they need, or, you know, and better understanding of things that they don't even realize that they need, if that makes sense. So awesome. Yeah. So then number 2, I guess, that was 1. So what is your second most top hot tip for business professionals, I suppose?
Yeah, so for business owners that are solopreneurs, what for me is the most important thing is to start to outsource and to get other people working with you instead of doing it all. Because sometimes we try to be a one-man band and try to do it all. I'm doing covers, I'm doing graphic design, I'm doing my website, I'm doing it all. And I go, you don't need to do it all. You can outsource it. And, you know, the best thing I ever done for my business was, excuse me, to make sure that I had a virtual assistant. I'm actually got something here and I don't have any water.
You just cough for a second, it's fine. I do it to them all the time as well. But actually, look, I agree. I'll talk for a second while you breathe and have a drink. Exactly. Like I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have a few people that help. I think Carla's actually on here watching this right now. All power to her. She keeps me sane. You know, and we have a virtual assistant as well that helps keep things rolling over. And definitely in the fitness industry, like I've said, you know, you hit this income ceiling where, you know, you can't keep trading any more time for money. You don't have any more time in the days, especially if we're doing back-to-back PT sessions, one-to-one, you know, you're stressed, you're exhausted, you know, probably not seeing your family or friends, you know, and feeling totally disheartened in the whole process. And so being able to take a step backwards to take a step forwards is so important. So reevaluating, sitting back and saying, are there a few bootcamp classes or something like that I can get another trainer to teach? And yes, I'll have to pay them. However, you know, I'm going to be able to fill my time up in, you know, in other areas of the business or relaxing. You know, often we forget to stop as health professionals. We're the worst at health half the time. You know, so yeah, definitely outsourcing. You can continue now if you can breathe.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, I've been talking all day and I didn't realize how much, water is important sometimes.
Yes, that's right.
And yes.
Everyone stop and drink water.
Outsourcing.
Yeah, hang on.
All right, well then I just said I was going to drink water.
Health professionals, drink water.
One of the most important things that I've realized in my business is the person that I outsourced to was a virtual assistant in the Philippines. So obviously, sometimes like for business owners, we think, like you said, it's scary to think to put someone here. We've got people here, very expensive. How we're going to afford that? I don't know how to do it. So I started with a virtual assistant in the Philippines. Actually, my virtual assistant has been with me now 3 years in October. And in October last year, we bought a ticket for her, a flight ticket to come here to Australia, meet us in person, because we've been working together for 2 years. I haven't met you yet. So, that would literally change someone's life, because, our virtual assistant always tells us that. But then at the same time, you're going to get that extra help, the extra person that can help you do posts, or even just like help you work. I don't know, PT is usually a very people person, and working by yourself on marketing can be boring. So the only thing that I used my virtual assistant at the beginning was literally someone to talk to, and I would put it on a video call every single day and go, all right, we've got to write some emails. What do you think people ask me all the time? And she would help me going, well, they'll ask you that all the time. All right, let's talk about that. And so together we will write an email, and little things like that is actually you're training them, but in the same time you're doing the work. Because you got to do it anyway, right? So you might as well, in the meantime, training someone. So you're using, your time of doing and training in the same time. So that was, I believe, one of the best things I could ever do for my business when I couldn't afford someone here.
So like you said, some of the things I think, PT businesses and small business, can utilize like their VAs for is stuff like, repurposing content, helping to create content, whether that be like a blog or some recipe shares. We're very reliant. I'm a little damaged by how reliant we are on, Facebook and social media these days. I absolutely believe it's an amazing platform that we can totally use and we need to use it. But I definitely think, sending out those emails to our email lists, all that sort of stuff is things that obviously VAs or other people can help us with, so that the whole burden, isn't on us the whole time. We love the exercise part, or for me, I love the nutrition side of things as well, or whatever. But when we're, the face of the business, all the time, it's important to have some processes and people in place, behind the scenes as well, just helping keep you sane, tick things over.
Absolutely, like things like emails, things like social media, things like different platform on social media, or even just like, a conversation on Facebook, to just say thank you to people, and little comments that can keep you on top of mind, but it doesn't need to be
happy birthdays, simple things like that. Being able to send your clients, or people in your community group, your fitness community group, like happy birthdays. And I have to put my hand up. We're really bad at that, but I talk to my tribe so very personally all the time. They know that, and so that's something that I like to do myself. If I'm going to send a happy birthday, it's from my heart and it's from me. However, if you can give that sort of stuff to an assistant or to somebody else who can be posting things, and so that as you said, you're in people's minds and thoughts and whatever. Amazing. So number 3, what else?
What else can we help out? If you guys are watching, if you got any question, go ahead and ask us question. But the thing is, the other thing that I always suggest is to start your own community. So be the person that start their own community, that you've got that group of people that come to you. So today I was talking, as I said, to tennis coaches, and they were saying, actually, there's no sport community in my area. I'm going to start a sport community. And as you start a sport community, in your suburb, then every other businesses want to join it as well. And now they're going to try to, find value there, and they understand that the more people, the better. And then you can start to collaborate with all others competitors, because there's no such a thing as competition. You can always find ways to collaborate and to help each other out, and instead of have a lose-lose, have a win-win. And so starting your own community would be the third best thing that I ever did in my business, because obviously that will position yourself as a leader and get yourself, out there, and people wanted to come to you instead of you looking for clients.
Yeah, that's it. And so then it's more, there's more flow to it and things like that, because you're not having to, like I hear a lot of trainers, PTs, they go, I don't like the hard sell. Like I don't like, cold calling and doing all these sorts of things and whatever. And that is so old school fitness. I think, I'm going to throw Fitness First under the bus. I worked for Fitness First, 12 plus years ago, and we were the worst. Like we were the jerks of the industry, and we destroyed it for everyone else. And I literally, my heart, I couldn't work there any longer, because of that kind of hard selling, and whatever. So, but it's not about that. So having communities and having, adding value and doing all these different things means that we don't have to do the hard sell, because people are going to come to us because they're loving us, our personality, our community, our value adds, all the things that we're doing. And so when they go, ugh, I finally need to get fit and healthy, I've seen Skye, or I've seen Franscesca, I've seen whoever, all the time, like that's who I'm going to go to. Yeah.
100%. So building the trust and building the momentum of being the expert in the area. So if you've been helping me getting fit and getting motivated every day for the last year, when I'm finally got the cash flow, I've got the idea, I've got the mindset, and I'm ready to get started on a PT, I'm going to 100%, see if you have any program or if I can work one-on-one with you. So it's all about, again, being that. And people nowadays want results yesterday, right? They want to, business coaches and marketing coaches and PT, and, they want to find either I do a post on Facebook, I didn't get any clients, Facebook doesn't work. No, yes. It's a long term. Like it's not like a cold calling. You sell and, and that's it.
Sell or you don't.
Exactly. So cold calling, then you need to use to call 20 people to convert one, right? So it's the same concept. You need to be giving and giving and giving and position yourself as a leader until eventually one person will do. So literally today we were talking with the tennis coaches that I was doing the masterclass with Tennis Australia. So Tennis Australia has actually engaged me to do a 2-hour masterclass 3 times a year, and they're putting together all these tennis coaches for to learn how to stand out on social media. And one person said, I just followed one strategy that you told me, Franscesca, which is putting your personal profile public and then being active on Facebook groups of other people. And she said, I've got 13 inquiries and 4 became tennis clients. I'm going, there you go, just right there.
Yes. And I have to say that's definitely something even, I implemented a while ago as well, as, I am quite happy to be, sounds weird, I'm quite happy to be the face of my business as I am. And because, I do genuinely want to help people. And so, as I said, when I'm talking to people, it's me talking to them, and I talk to everyone, and I tell this to my tribe as well, that say, I don't want to do a live video, or I'm too scared, or what should I say? And I'm like, just talk to the video as if you're talking to one of your best friends. That's part of the best advice I could give is just, if you're talking to everyone the same as you would talk to any friend, but offering value, obviously, then, you're leaning into being more of you, and more people are going to like you and then want to follow you and come along with the journey or whatever. Definitely.
100%.
Touched on something else actually that I definitely wanted to bring up today as well. That you have, I can't remember how many ways it is, but it's 20 something ways of how to promote an event. But I definitely believe that this is something that can be adapted, whether it's an event, whether it's a boot camp, whether it's whatever it might be. So I actually created a list of 20, it's like 22 ways that we're able to, try to up our business effectively. So why don't you talk to us about your 20 odd ways of how to help promote your event / business / whatever.
Yeah, well, the first of the 21 ways was to build trust and to be active and consistent on social media, because if you don't do that, all the other ones are not going to count anything. So it's really important to start with the foundation of it and to start to build trust and start to get your clients to really want to hear from you and want to. Once we get the momentum on social media, so we get a little bit of interaction on social media, then we can start to pretty much is promote. So, tell people about you and tell people about the success stories that you have had, with clients, so the other people go, oh wow, they did that for that person, they can definitely do that for me. So those will be the main one of, obviously there's 21 ways, but the main ones, if we don't do the first bit, if we don't learn how to put ourselves out there and to be consistent, then it's going to be really hard to get people to be interested in working with us. Nowadays, business is a number game. People will check out your profile, they will check out your business page, and they will judge us from the numbers of likes and the number of friends that we have. That's how reality is. That's how 2018 is. So really the most important thing of the 21 ways before even we get there is, let's get more friends on Facebook, let's put our profiles at public, and let's get more interaction in our posts so that people think, oh, what is this person?
And as you said, in groups, not on pages. So pages are kind of, pages are very much our business front, because we have to have it, you know, to be able to advertise and to look like an authority, or to look like, you know, to have a viable business. You kind of have to have that page there. But with Facebook changing rules and doing all sorts of different things, you know, that's not where we all kind of go to interact. And so, like you said, you know, back to that other point, having that community base to be able to add that value and have those conversations and be the expert and work in, you know, is far better than to just have a business page and hope that people are going there to pay attention. Because if we're not adding value, which we often don't to our business page, you know, why do people don't want to go there to interact? You know, it's not the place that kind of thing happens.
Yeah, well, Facebook doesn't even show it to people, so that is the whole point. Facebook wants to, you know, it's a business, so they're trying to get people to pay to be seen, and so it really is. You still want to be active on it, you still want to be posting on it, because that's the window of your business, but there's no interaction happening in the business page. I get the question all the time. And Facebook don't work unless you have a following.
And so then talking about following and say, you know, creating raving fans and tribes and all those sorts of things, do you have any other, you know, tips or tricks or things around that? I know we've kind of mentioned some of it already, just being the face of your business, you know, being actively involved, adding value, all those sorts of things. Is there anything else you want to mention in relation to, you know, creating that following and creating a tribe of raving fans?
Friending every single client on Facebook will be the first that you want to do. Literally, like, go ahead and friend everyone that you meet, everyone that are already clients, past clients, anyone, because that will really start to get that momentum in your personal profile, and that is the start of the success, because people will start to see that you've got lots of interaction in your personal profile.
Yes, I was going to say, I know you explain it quite well about, again, why you should have, like, you as the face, and why you should befriend them personally, not have a second profile and, you know, or use your page or your professional profile or something. Do you want to explain that? Just so I agree 100%.
Yeah, I'm really got to answer this question quickly, and then I've got another interview today. Crazy. We got someone else joining. Hi.
Oh my goodness. Let's mute them. Last minute.
So absolutely one of the most important thing that we want to do for our business is that we want to friend people on the personal profile, because Facebook actually, I usually draw a funnel that Facebook is a business. So they want interaction in the personal profile. They want interaction at the top of the funnel. They want interaction in your groups and the personal profile, because the more people that got interacting up there, the more chances they get the other businesses to put money in the Facebook ads. So right now they've got 2.1 billion active users on Facebook, and that gives them their authority to say, well, if you want to get to be seen, you can pay me, and they can just blow out any numbers because they've got the power. As you got the more people you have at the top of the funnel, the more power you have to charge. And so the reason why we want to use the personal profile is because there is interaction. It's free, and there is interaction up there. I'm not saying that you want to sell your business. You're not really allowed to do any business transaction in there, but you're passionate about fitness, so you can talk about fitness any time of the day, and Facebook is never going to be able to block you because you're not selling anything, you're just talking about a passion. So 100% personal profile is the place to be for business owners.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. I think if you have to escape, you know, we're so glad to have you for the amount of time that we've had you for. I really appreciate you being able to do this online for us. As you know, our Fitness Business Club is very much across Australia and into a few other countries as well. So for everyone to be able to have the opportunity to see this event and hopefully, you know, watch it back if they're after some more insights. So thank you very much for going with my heart.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you on behalf of the Fitness Business Club as well. So if anybody does have any questions, then they're also more than welcome to, you know, post them at the bottom of this post, or when I post the video back, you can ask questions in there. I'll do my best. And if Franscesca has any time at all in her very busy schedule, I'm sure she'll chime in as well, appropriate. So
100%. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time.
Yes. Bye.